New York, USA, September 28, 2023. At approximately 7:30 a.m., the morning rush hour was in full swing. The streets were bustling with people heading to work and school. Suddenly, all hell broke loose. A speeding drunk driver barreled into a crowd of school children waiting at a zebra crossing. The impact was so severe that several children were tossed like rag dolls through the air before hitting the pavement. Chaos ensued. People screamed in terror and rushed to help the victims while others frantically dialed 911. As emergency services raced to the scene, the community was left reeling from the shocking incident. The driver who had mowed down these innocent children could have easily avoided the collision. Moments before the crash, he was seen swerving to avoid hitting another vehicle. He then proceeded to jump the sidewalk, crashing into the group of school kids and injuring multiple adults. Following the horrific accident, the driver fled the scene but was later apprehended by law enforcement officials. Shocking dashcam footage of this terrifying ordeal has now been released to the public. In today's video, we will delve into the harrowing details surrounding this incident, exploring the events leading up to the crash, its devastating consequences, and the ongoing efforts to hold the perpetrator accountable. So buckle up and join me as we uncover the truth behind this heart-wrenching tale that has shaken the nation. On that fateful morning of September 28, 2023, around 7:30 a.m., a group of students from 318 Middle School were eagerly waiting to cross the street at the zebra crossing near their school located at the corner of 14th Avenue and 83rd Street in Brooklyn. They were accompanied by two crossing guards who were tasked with ensuring their safety during the busy morning commute. The children patiently lined up, ready to embark on their journey to school when suddenly a black BMW SUV came barreling towards them. The driver of the SUV was none other than Henry Armstead, a 46-year-old man who had consumed a significant amount of alcohol the night before. Despite being intoxicated, he had made the terrible decision to get behind the wheel, endangering not only himself but everyone else on the road. As his car approached the zebra crossing, a white sedan emerged from the right, forcing Armstead to take evasive action to avoid a head-on collision. In a split-second decision, he swerved to the left, jumping onto the sidewalk and crashing into the unsuspecting group of school children. In an instant, everything changed. Children were flung into the air, some even landing on top of the SUV. It was a scene of utter chaos and devastation. Among the victims was 11-year-old Kylan Clark, who sustained a fractured arm and leg along with head injuries. His condition was critical, leaving his parents distraught and fearful for their son's well-being. Kylan's mother, Shaquina Clark, described the agonizing moments she learned about the accident and rushed to the hospital where her son lay fighting for his life. Another young victim was 12-year-old Ariana Clark, who suffered a broken pelvis and underwent surgery to repair her shattered bones. Her road to recovery was long and arduous, both physically and emotionally. As news of the incident spread, the community was left shocked and outraged. Many demanded justice for the victims and their families, calling for accountability from both the driver and any establishments that had served him alcohol despite his visibly intoxicated state. Amidst the sea of angry faces demanding justice, one woman stood out, drawing attention and igniting controversy. This woman, clad in a distinctive bright orange shirt, became a focal point as she passionately advocated for the rights of the victims. Some praised her as a fierce advocate, while others criticized her behavior as inappropriate and disruptive. The media quickly picked up on this captivating image, publishing articles and broadcasting footage of the woman's impassioned pleas for justice. As investigators delved deeper into the case, they uncovered shocking details about the driver's history. Armstead had an extensive criminal record that included 25 prior arrests. Among those arrests was a 2006 incident where he was charged with driving under the influence, demonstrating a pattern of reckless behavior that put others at risk. His license was revoked due to this offense, yet he had continued to drive, blatantly disregarding the law and the safety of innocent people. Adding to his rap sheet, he also faced charges of aggravated assault, menacing, reckless endangerment, illegal weapon possession, and obstructing government administration. Such a dubious track record raised serious concerns about how society should handle repeat offenders and the measures that should be taken to protect the public from individuals with such a disregard for the law and the welfare of others. The revelation of Armstead's criminal past sent shockwaves through the community, leaving residents to question how someone with such a history could have been allowed to continue driving and endangering the lives of innocent citizens. Calls for stricter enforcement of driving regulations and more stringent background checks grew louder as people demanded answers and accountability from law enforcement and regulatory agencies. The incident highlighted the urgent need for comprehensive reform and stricter measures to ensure the safety and well-being of everyone in the community. Shocking video footage from the scene captured the aftermath of the horrifying crash. The once lively and joyful group of school children had turned into a scene of carnage with several victims lying motionless on the ground. The impact of the collision was so forceful that several children were thrown through the air like rag dolls, leaving onlookers in disbelief. As emergency services personnel arrived, they were met with a traumatic sight that shook them to their core. The sight of young victims strewn across the pavement with critical injuries left an indelible mark on their memory, serving as a haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the devastating consequences of reckless actions. In response to the overwhelming outrage, Armstead was finally arrested and charged with multiple counts of aggravated vehicular assault, driving under the influence, driving with a revoked license, and endangering the welfare of a child. These charges reflected the severity of his actions and the trauma he had inflicted on the young victims and their families. As he faced these serious allegations, the community demanded justice, calling for swift and decisive action to hold him accountable for his reckless behavior. In court, prosecutors painted a grim picture of the events leading up to the crash, highlighting the driver's blood alcohol content levels well above the legal limit, exceeding 3 times the threshold for intoxication. This evidence, coupled with the driver's extensive criminal history, underscored the magnitude of his wrongdoing and the potential danger he posed to society. The defense, however, attempted to portray the incident as a tragic accident, minimizing the driver's intentions and urging leniency from the court. As the trial progressed, the community remained steadfast in their pursuit of justice, rallying together to support the victims and their families every step of the way. The incident had not only shaken them to their core, but had ignited a collective determination to make positive change and prevent such tragedies from occurring again. In the wake of the devastating crash, the community came together to support the victims and their families during their most desperate hour of need. Fundraising campaigns were launched to help cover the exorbitant medical expenses, providing much-needed financial assistance to alleviate the burden on the families. Additionally, counseling services were made available to the victims and community members, offering them a safe space to process their trauma and cope with the emotional toll of the event. As the community grappled with the physical and emotional wounds caused by the crash, calls for stricter measures to ensure the safety of pedestrians, particularly children, grew louder. Residents urged local authorities to prioritize pedestrian safety by implementing traffic calming measures such as speed bumps and crosswalk enhancements. They also demanded stricter enforcement of traffic laws to discourage reckless driving and ensure that those who choose to drive under the influence face severe consequences. The incident left an indelible mark on the community, prompting a collective call for action to prevent such tragedies from occurring again. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more updates.